How many Scottish stadiums can I get inside of in one single day? I'm not telling anyone I'm coming. I'm just randomly turning up at 8 Scottish stadiums to see if I can get inside. I made a video like this in England over nearly 2 years ago now. Thumbnail is on screen, and I've not done one of these ground hopping videos, especially in Scotland, for a very, very long time. A couple of parameters though is that I can't go to any that I've already been to before, even just from the outside. Even though I've never been inside of the stadiums, I can't visit any that I've actually seen before with my own eyes. So that actually gives me quite a large area to go from, because I've obviously been to so many stadiums in Scotland, hundreds in fact, so it's not like I can just cut around Glasgow and visit 8 really quickly. I've actually got to cover quite a large area. I did a ground hopping video in December last year, around when the World Cup was on, and for every stadium I got inside I gave it a value of 10 quid, and then I placed a bet at the end of the video for a football match that night. So to keep you watching right until the very end, we're going to see how many we can get inside of the 8. Each stadium is worth 10 quid like last time, and we'll stick a football bet on for tonight, or maybe even tomorrow morning, depending on how late this video gets done. I was driving down this road to my first stadium of the day, and I thought I had to pull over and show it you from this angle. Look at that. It might be really, really windy right now, but you get a great view of it from up here. Let's get down there. What a start to the day. You know what kind of a buzz I get when I turn up to stadiums and can just get inside. Windy start to the day. Like I say, I hope you can hear me okay. So I'm going to transfer to the dugout. Here we go, crouching inside the old dugout right now. Look at it. What do you think of it? And what a beautiful stadium as well. It feels absolutely massive. The pitch seems really nice, and some of the banking here and behind me as well goes right up to that road where we first got the view of the ground. What an amazing start to the day. This is going to be a good one. I can feel it. But yeah, it's obviously quite a tough challenge for me to visit 8 completely brand new stadiums, especially in Scotland, but started off well here. And this is actually a 9th tier team. I think this is West of Scotland League Division 3, which, if my memory serves me correctly, Premier 6, 7, 8, no, I think, yeah, 9th tier. So I think one below this and you'd be in the bottom tier of Scottish football. But it's an absolute cracker. What a cool ground. We're going to have to come and watch a game here. Lesmahago Juniors is the team that play here. Nicknamed the Go, I think formed in 1930, or at least merged with other teams in 1930. I think there's been iterations of different Lesmahago teams. But what an amazing name for a town that is anyway. Lesmahago. And there we have it, G-O-W, that is the club's nickname, Go. We are obviously in Lesmahago. Welcome to the home of Carluke Rovers. From what I can work out, this is where it is, in the John Cumming Stadium and Leisure Centre. But look, as you can see, 50% success rate so far. Carluke Rovers, also West of Scotland Division 3, so I think making them 9th tier. But this place is named after a man who began his playing days at Carluke Rovers. He was a wing half, which I don't think is a position that exists anymore, and he went from here as a youngster to Hearts, where he played for his whole career. He was there from 1950 to 1967 and even won 9 caps for Scotland. Anyway, yeah, no luck with Carluke. See you at stadium number 3 in just a second. So, 2 very different stadiums so far, as you would have already seen. The first one, proper old school, non-league vibes, grass pitch, and where it was, like down in that sort of valley, is that what you'd call it? I bet it is like absolutely at odds with the elements a lot of the times. I bet when it rains or when it's frosty, I bet the sun doesn't get down there. Yeah, proper non-league vibes. Then that one just then was a like a sports centre. I think looking into it, it's got like an athletics track, and as you'd have maybe seen from some of the buildings there, it was literally just like a council-owned sports centre. But these videos, yeah, I love filming these ones. Obviously, match day vlogs can be quite intense, and loads of people that you're meeting, and you're trying to capture all the action and stuff. But these ones, I mean, you can sort of go around at your own pace. Obviously, I want to finish this video off today if I can, but I don't just want to do match day vlogs. I just don't want to bog you down just with games. I want to be able to sort of do different videos. That's one of the hardest things about YouTube, is like trying to be unique and trying to come up with like different video concepts. You never know if they're actually going to work or if they'll actually come off okay. I could have gone to 8 grounds today and not got inside any. At least we've got inside 1 so far. 1 out of 2 isn't bad. Welcome to Gart Cairn FC. I think I've met somebody from Gart Cairn before at a number of games, and he always says I need to visit. So yeah, I'm finally here. Not for a game, sadly, but another one that's like in this 4G sort of, you know, council sort of feel to it, where, yeah, I suppose it's used for the community a lot, and it is less like that first one we saw. But we're not inside, which means that's 1 out of 3, so that's only 10 quid for the bet so far. But I think this is the newest club that we're going to be seeing today. They were formed in 2015, but I think there was like a youth team formed in 2008. But yeah, pretty new club. They did bring Tam McManus out of retirement for their first ever season as a like semi-pro club, I think. So yeah, here we go, another new stadium for me to see. Gart Cairn FC. I'm gonna have to come back for a game one day. I tell you what, we're gonna have no money to gamble with today. I'm here at Bells Hill Athletic. It's one of the windiest days I've ever had the pleasure of filming in. Let me just get around here, look. Bells Hill Athletic. This one looks like a really nice ground actually, which is a shame. Here we go. Here we don't go. We're not going in. 1897. This is one old team. Oh, it's been a real disappointing day after the good start that we had earlier. Hang on. Check that out. It looks like a nice ground actually. They got a bit of a perimeter around it. From what I can work out, it doesn't look like there's much of like a stand. There's no stand around here, more just like this fencing, and then there's a little perimeter around the pitch there. But I haven't been able to speak to anyone just now. Here we go, look. You can pre-order your home and away shirts. Yeah, this has got to be one of the worst success rates ever so far, but it's a shame because, like I say, this looks like a nice one. You can even just get a quick glimpse of the dugouts from there, but need some lunch. How do you rate the meal deal then? Chicken chorizo sandwich. I don't know if I've ever had one of them before. Quavers, criminally underrated. These new monsters, the Lewis Hamilton ones, are unreal. And then white Twix. Let me know in the comments what you think. And actually, before I do just tuck into my meal deal here, I might as well give you my thoughts on the West of Scotland League. I love it, honestly. It's such a good league with so many good talking points. And all the teams that we're going to be seeing today are West of Scotland League. We're halfway through, obviously. We've seen 4 already. Only 1 that we got inside, that very first one there. But so many cool grounds. Like that first one we got in. So beautiful. What a great little backdrop as well. Howard never been there before, yet it looks that nice. But yeah, it's had a tumultuous time. It's only, I think, been around since 2020. I'm pretty sure its first ever season was during COVID, so they had to curtail it, and then the subsequent 2-ish seasons after that, I think, or maybe 1 or 2 seasons. So I think the first 2 or 3 seasons of it being a thing, I think it was sort of like really stop-start because of COVID, especially like with fans being allowed back and stuff. It was a really poor time for them to launch a league. Obviously, they weren't to know that was going to happen or whatever, the global pandemic. But also, there's been a lot of noise recently, and you see maybe the West of Scotland League's most famous manager, Darvel manager Mick Kennedy. He tweets all the time, and I'd love to know where he gets his information from. Every time I read one of his tweets, I'm like, oh God, what's it going to be? Because it's often some news about the West of Scotland League. He's obviously in the know a little bit more than what I am, obviously, or what like a regular fan would be as well. But like, there seems to be so many different things. This isn't a bad thing about Mick at all. I love reading his tweets, but yeah, there just seems to be so many different noises from different places about what's going to happen with the league. There's apparently a new conference league that's going to be set up, which will be the 5th tier, meaning the Lowland League becomes 6th tier, meaning the West of Scotland League becomes 7th, and then down to 11th, where the 4th division of the West of Scotland League currently is. Sorry if you're not hugely aware of the Scottish pyramid system. It is very complicated, but by the sounds of things, the Scottish authorities are going to relegate around 200 clubs to put a new league in above leagues like the West of Scotland League and the Lowland League, which, I mean, Scottish football has a great way of shooting itself in the foot a lot of times. I absolutely love it, but I think it could be, there could be so many more better things about it. But yeah, I hope that Conference League, B-League thing doesn't happen, and, you know, these other teams in the West of Scotland League, the former junior clubs, the non-league clubs, are allowed to flourish. Is the stadium open just now?
Aye.
Is the ground open? Might just have a quick look inside it.
Aye, well, if you can, if there's anybody's there.
Okay, nice one, mate. Thank you. Yes. We've just stumbled upon each other here. Thank you so much for just letting me have a quick look around. Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Tom Johnston. I'm the president of Renfrew FC.
And so what do Renfrew stand for as a club? Are you a community club? You're obviously in the West of Scotland League, right?
Robert, yeah, basically we are a community club, and we have a ladies team, we've got a youth section, we've got a development team. There's probably, at the weekends, there's probably about 1,000 people going through
Yep.
this club actually, and it's all about just involving the community, involving youngsters. We get involved with the schools. The school's on this afternoon using the pitch. We've had schools internationals. We had Australia over last month.
Wow.
Competing against Scotland. We had the Republic of Ireland against Scotland playing here 2 weeks ago. So the facility is well used. There's also a school just to our left here called Kitland. Their kids come across, and obviously we let them make use of the facilities, because it's all about growth.
Yep, of course.
And you know, we have guys who are playing with the team at the moment. Renfrew are currently top of their division actually. We've recently won a trophy, and we are competing in a competition in 2 weeks' time. If we win, it will take us into the senior Scottish Cup.
Wow, okay, nice. That's a big carrot for a
so
team.
we've got a lot of aspirations. We're improving our facilities. We've just built this. It's not quite finished.
Yep.
But
Let's get outside. You got the seating as well, yeah.
We've just done this. And to encourage more people to come in. Unfortunately, we are very close to Ibrox, we're very close to Parkhead, we're also very close to St Mirren, who are over in Paisley.
Yep.
And it's trying to encourage people. We had over 1,000 people turned up at our cup final, which was last month.
Yep.
But did they come every week? No.
Yeah, and so to anyone watching, they should come and watch Renfrew, especially if they're from the area.
Absolutely.
And so just my last question for you, because I know you've got to shoot off.
That's all right.
What do you make of the West of Scotland League currently and the pyramid system? There's been a lot of noise of reconstruction lately. Does it work for a club like you currently?
Bits do and bits don't. On a personal basis, ask me if at the moment it's any better than what the junior setup was. I'm not so sure.
Okay, yeah.
But we'll soldier on. It's what we have, and it's what we'll compete in.
Cool to bump into Tom there. I thought we were going to have no luck today. I was walking up to this stadium and all the gates looked shut, and then I saw just one bloke walking out, and I was like, can I go in? And he was like, yeah, have a go inside. And I think it was the walking football lads. I think they've just finished their game of walking football. But interesting to hear, yeah, the president's thoughts on the pyramid system. Is it much better than the juniors, which was completely disconnected from like the top 4 leagues? A lot of people who aren't from Scotland who watch my videos, hello, thank you so much for watching. You may not know, but all the non-league teams were once completely separate, and there was no way into the pyramid system. It wasn't even a pyramid system. There was no way into the top 4 leagues. It was basically a closed off Super League. But yeah, now there is a way in. Like you said, is it much better than the junior system at the moment? I do think it needs to be opened up to allow clubs to breathe and stuff, but yes, I'm glad that we've got into another stadium anyway. That's 2 now that we have finally got inside of. Now, I often speak about value for money when it comes to non-league football, and just look what I stumbled upon here in the stand. So, matchday hospitality package includes matchday entry fee, matchday programme, pre-match food and halftime snacks, 5 drinks, and reserved table in hospitality lounge for £25 per person, minimum of 4 people. So, you and 3 other mates, 4 of you, could come along for £100 and get 20 drinks between you. I'm sure there'd be beers as well. It doesn't say soft or anything like that, so I'm sure you could make that money back instantaneously with the drinks you'd have. Pre-match food, halftime snacks programme, and your entry fee to a football match. The entry fee for a non-league game is usually about £8, £7, maybe £10 at some of the bigger ones. Anyway, so for 25 quid to get all of that as well, absolutely sensational. Renfrew, what a club. You got to come down and see them. Do you get quite a lot of people in here doing hospitality on a match day? Because I saw the £25 out there for the back. Yeah.
Well, what happens is actually we've actually been that busy with the hospitality.
Yeah.
That's how this bit was here.
Ah, so it'd all be in here, yeah?
No, we actually do. Well, it used to be here, but what happens is, see, for instance, this weekend.
Yep.
We've got a home game, so there's 30 people.
Yeah.
So 30 people in here, that's it, Phil.
Oh, amazing,
So
yeah.
that's how we've had to kind of fill, put this bit out here.
Oh, the extra little room out there, yeah.
everybody in there, and they've got the same wee bar, and then they can do their bit in
£25 for entry, 5 drinks, and that's bargain.
I know.
So I was looking at that online. That's the only time they've won the Junior Cup.
Aye.
And that was the shirt they wore, 2001. Is that a boot there from someone?
I think that was the goal scorer.
Oh yeah, man of the match's boot there against Carnoustie Panmure, yeah. Oh, shout out to John as well. One of the volunteers here. Just for showing me inside the hospitality bit too. What a cool club. Seemed like a really, really nice, well-run club. Some amazing people. More than happy just to show me around and stuff. After them last 3 that we just went to that were all completely shut, I was starting to doubt this video. Would I even be able to upload it with only just getting inside of 1? But yes, that's another one down. 3 more to go. I'm gutted. This is one I really wanted to get into. Looks like a proper stadium, this one. Proper grass pitch. Oh, it's windy. There's actually somebody in there, which is annoying. I did try the front door. I'll see if there's another maybe way in around there. This gate looks locked, as you can see, but yeah, it looks like there's just somebody on the pitch right now. A committee member, groundsman, a volunteer or something. But this is the most requested stadium or team I think I've ever had, apart from like the really big obvious ones. There's a group of lads here who come to the games. The Borough Boys, I think. Johnston Borough is obviously the name of the team. Look, it's a cool badge they got there. A lot of detail on it. And yeah, the Borough Boys, they're always asking me to come. I think that's how you say it, Johnston Borough. I'm sure that is the name of their lads. But it looks like a really nice ground. It's got a proper old school stand that I'd love to see in. Yeah, there's actually a bloke on the pitch. He's just working on the grass a little bit right now, so maybe getting it ready for a game or something. But yeah, I think this is one of my most requested stadiums ever. So I'm sorry, lads, I've still not been. I will try and get here for a game soon. But I'm now at your beloved Keighley Park, as it is known, and they have won the Scottish Junior Cup twice, which is Scottish non-league football's sort of biggest prize. Back when, like I said, at Renfrew, things were separated between junior and senior level. Junior being just non-league football, basically, not the age of the players. The Junior Cup was the big prize. And I think if you won that, you qualified for the Scottish Cup, the big main cup competition, which all the big teams playing as well. So yeah, it was a big prize back in the day. Still is, I think, now, I want to say. Yeah, we went to the final, obviously, last season. Talbot won it, but yeah, these boys have won it twice. Talbot have won it a record amount of 14. Can't seem to find any way in Johnston Borough, sadly, and I know, again, like, there's loads of lads who have wanted me to come here for so long, so at least I'm here. I haven't been able to get in. I can't see a way in, and mate is just right in the middle of the pitch, miles away, so I'm not going to be able to get his attention. But Yeah, I've just stood by that gate for ages to see if he'd look over, but he's literally just like head down working on the pitch. Fair play to him. I always find it fascinating how these clubs are just like kept together through volunteers and people who are just here just doing it out of the love of the game. But yeah, how many's that so far? I visited 6 and got inside 2. We've got 2 left to go, which means even if we want a 50% success rate, which I would usually hope for more, we're going to have to get in the next 2 as well. It's not been a good day for access, to be fair, but the last place is brilliant. Really glad I got an interview, and the first one as well, Les Mahego, one of the most beautiful non-league grounds I think I've ever seen. I've seen a gate open around the other side, so I think we might be alright. We might be able to get in here, but I saw this when I was driving round, and I wanted just to check it out. Here we go, look. We are at the ground. Adults, £7, see? OAPs and children, £4. Amazing value for money in the non-leagues here in Scotland. I'm getting battered by rubbish here. Oh, I'm sure it's not a reflection on the football club. Jesus, got stuff in my eyes. But look, Barhead Heritage Trail, Arfleet Football Club, established in 1874. The club moved to Dunturley Park in 1921. So they've been here now for over 100 years. Wow, look at this stand, and then look at, would you call this terracing? I suppose you must do, yeah. Look, these big like steps here where I guess people can stand for the games. It's a really cool big stand. I've had a lot of people tell me to come to Arfleet before as well. Same as with many clubs in this video, but yeah, I actually have seen Arfleet play. Not here, of course. They're all brand new stadiums for me. And it's a nice one as well. We're sort of closer to Glasgow now. Maybe this is actually part of Glasgow. But I've actually seen them play before against Cambuslang Rangers. They're not doing so well in the West of Scotland Premier Division this season. I think they might have got promoted to it from last season with a bit of the reconstruction that happened down there in those divisions. But yeah, they actually have an incredible history, an incredible story. Their badge has 2 stars on it. They've won the Junior Cup twice. They've actually played Scottish Football League as well, and I think the highest they finished was joint 2nd in the 2nd division, and they've even beaten Celtic in the Scottish Cup, the big main Scottish Cup, not the Scottish Junior Cup, the Scottish Cup. They beat them in the 1800s, and now obviously they are a 6th tier team here in Scotland playing here, but they have been 2nd division back in the really early days of league football. They were founding members of a few of the, like, the different league structures that were around in those early days back when football was still being reconstructed, and it still is now in a lot of ways. And yeah, Arfleet were a big part of that. Beat Celtic, Junior Cup winners, now with this beautiful non-league ground here. Stephen, you are the groundsman here, is that right?
Yeah, sure am, yeah.
So is it a volunteer role, I take it?
Yeah, volunteer role.
Just tell me why you get involved with a football club like this as a volunteer then.
Oh, I've been involved at Arfleet for a long time, just for the love of the club really.
Yeah.
As all the committee do. A lot of man hours go in, myself and, as I say, everyone involved with the club.
Hey, it looks like a really nice ground, and you've done a fantastic job on the pitch. Look at that, nice sunny day like today. Would you say it's one of the best pitches in this division?
I'll let others decide on that. It probably looks a bit better than it is. It took quite a heavy beating last Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
We're working hard to get it ready for this week.
And how are the club getting on? Obviously I saw you play against Cambuslang Rangers about a month or so ago, I think. How are things going this season?
Yes, it's probably not at the end of the table that the club would like at the moment, but working hard to make sure that they stay in the Premier League for next season.
And so what are your thoughts, as someone who's obviously involved with a club at this level, what are your thoughts on the West of Scotland League and the wider pyramid in general as well?
Well, I think that the whole setup, it's thriving, but the whole discussions on the pyramid restructure and stuff, yeah. Again, I'll leave that for other people, but I know there's a lot of controversy around that just now. Yeah,
there's a lot of talk about it, isn't there, and stuff, but it'd be great to see these clubs obviously advance, in my opinion, and, you know, get up there and maybe a league club one day, you never know.
Well, I think that's the aim, and all the clubs are getting the opportunity to progress, and it's a good incentive for everyone.
And would you have a message to somebody who may want to come and watch football at this level who maybe never has done before?
Absolutely, come and do it, and experience it for yourself, and hopefully you'll get the bug.
Oh, that was class. I definitely know I wanted to interview at least 1 or 2 people in this video, and I've been able to just now at least. I love those chance meetings when I'm just able just to, on the fly, not let anyone know I'm coming, and just like get people's genuine thoughts on football clubs and what their role is and stuff. And we've had the president of Renfrew and the groundsman here at Arthurley, two really cool people. Yeah, that's 3 out of 8. Let's see if we can get a 50% success rate. Let's go. I do find it amazing how many stadiums there are in Scotland. I mean, that was like a 5-10 minute drive away from Arthurley where we just were, and I've obviously been to hundreds in Scotland already, and there's 8 today, brand new, that I'd never seen before. But look, as you'd have just seen from some of those shots, completely shut. Terrible success rate today. That's 3 out of 8, so £30 that we've got to put on a football bet. It is currently 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I might even get this one up today if we can stick a bet on something that isn't for that late. So yeah, let's find a bookies and stick £30 on something. Shame that last one wasn't open. Just going back past it now. Let's have a quick peek. Nah, it's not going to be open, I'm afraid. It looks like a nice ground though. It looks really rural considering we're actually fairly close to Glasgow right now. But before we head to the bookies, just want to say, you know, this isn't promoting gambling in any way, shape or form. It's 30 quid. I was going to do a maximum of 80, minimum of 0 obviously if we didn't get in any, but yeah, I'm not a huge gambler. This video doesn't have a sponsor. It was just a way to keep it a little bit more fun, keep it a little bit interesting, a little bit more of a challenge for me as well. And there's not a huge amount of football on today, so I think we might be putting like £30 on like Sierra Leone or somewhere like that. So yeah, it's going to be a weird one to see what I put on, but yeah, I know that, you know, a lot of young guys watch this. Gambling, you know, it's not big, it's not clever, it's not funny. I did mention this in my last ground hopping video, but again, I'm not actually promoting it. I'm just, you know, sticking a small bet on myself for the first time in ages actually. Right, the bet is on. I don't know whether to show you it now or tell you a little bit later on what it is once it's actually come in or not. Well, anyway, I'll tell you this. It will receive me 165 quid if it comes in. It's a double. I'll put £30 on. I don't know if I'm going to upload this video before one of the games kicks off, so I might tell you later. Just hang right there. So here it is. I thought quite a simple one. All we need in the Women's Champions League is for Lyon and PSG both to score 2 goals tonight. And look, Lyon is at 5:45. Lyon and PSG is at 8 o'clock. It's half time in the first game right now, and Lyon are losing 1-0. Although they've scored 2 or more goals in the last 5 games, and yeah, they're currently failing to do so, annoyingly. And look, it would win me 165 quid. Come on, Lyon women. Anyway, yeah, small bet aside, I just want to say thank you to you for watching. Keep an eye on those scores. Maybe it will come in. It's currently half-time, like I say. I've edited the vlog. I want to get it up for tonight. So if Lyon women score 2, then you may be watching this when the PSG game is on. Fingers crossed they score a couple as well. But if not, then that's 30 quid down the drain. So please hit that like button. Maybe it will help in the algorithm and more people will see it. But yeah, this video was obviously less about that and more about shining a light on the great clubs that are in the West of Scotland League and the amazing non-league clubs in and around Scotland. Also, how different are some of the stadiums? Some are like 4G community pitches used for walking football and used for schools. Some are completely locked, but are 4G pitches like the one at Gartcairn. And then you've got some that are like wide open, like the first one we went, Lesmahago, amazing views, good grass pitch and stuff like that. So yeah, it is showcasing the differences between all the non-league teams in Scotland. Yeah, I hope that it sort of inspires you to maybe go and watch some non-league. There's a lot of reconstruction talks. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Like I said with Mick Kennedy's tweets, you never know sort of what's going to happen when, and like when like actually someone with the power to say anything is actually going to say anything that's actually going to stick. I don't know. Yeah, I just want like an actual article from an actual newspaper confirming an actual story about it, because I care about it a lot and I wish all the teams the best, obviously. So yeah, please do remember to hit that like button just in case the £30 bet does lose. Please also subscribe. I'll leave some videos on screen. If you could click on one to carry on watching, that'd be amazing. Thank you very much and goodbye.